It's so beautiful. I'm having such a good time so far. Wow! Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today's video. But first we have to talk about my accessories, as always. These earrings are from Shop Clochie at Shop Clochie on Instagram, Shop Clochie on Etsy. Did I point to the correct parts of the screen? We may never know. If you watched my jewelry collection video that I uploaded on Monday, then you already heard me drown on and on and on about how much I love Shop Clochie then, but I have to say it again. Look at these, they're pom-poms. Oh, so cute, so whimsical. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to listen to me talk about how whimsical my accessories are today. Look at the butterfly clips, they're blue. We love to see it. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in the new By Melolops X Cutcreaser collab. I bought the PR box. It was expensive, but I needed everything. I couldn't decide on certain items from this collection. I truly felt like I needed everything. Do you want to see the inside? This PR box is so cool. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Oh, I hope stuff doesn't fall out. It's so beautiful. Okay, so apparently I can't hold the box like that, but if I put my hands like this, you can see that there are 8 beautiful water inks that come with this collection, as well as 4 beautiful liner brushes. And there's a little note from Vanessa, who is, in case you didn't know, Cutcreaser's real name is Vanessa. Cutcreaser is her superhero name, which I think is so cool. A little bit more about Cutcreaser, as if you don't know, as if you know me and don't know Cutcreaser, that is wild. You should definitely go follow her. Cutcreaser, whose real name is Vanessa, is an amazing graphic liner makeup artist, and not just graphic liner. She does beautiful eyeshadow looks too. Her base routine is one of my favorites to watch. She has such a beautiful dewy base. Ugh. And in her little note that she wrote on the inside of the PR box here, she talks about how she used makeup as a way to deal with battling the supervillains in her life that were anxiety and depression and bullies. And she then coined the name Cutcreaser for herself as her superhero name. And I just think that is so amazing. As somebody who also got into makeup to deal with anxiety, I think it is so cool to see that she has a similar experience. Makes me feel very connected to her. She's also from Queens and lives in Queens, and I am not from Queens, but I currently live in Queens. 2 queens living in Queens. She created this collection with By Melolops, which is a brand that she absolutely loves and I absolutely love, and she wanted to do it all superhero themed. So this whole PR box looks like a comic book, and all of the stuff looks like it's straight out of a comic book. It is so cool. This is such a cool collection. A little bit about By Melolops, in case you didn't know. I've talked about By Melolops multiple times on my channel, probably more than multiple, probably like dozens of times at this point. I have their radioactive water inks from their first collection. I also have their radioactive eyeshadow palette. I love By Melolops. They are a Latina owned brand. The person who is the owner and CEO of the brand's name is Melody. She is so cool. You guys should absolutely follow her on Instagram. She does some outrageously creative and cool makeup looks. They are also a cruelty-free and vegan brand, which means that this collection in turn is both cruelty-free and vegan. We love that. Also, the company By Melolops is owned and operated out of Puerto Rico, and they ship worldwide. So wow, all really cool and exciting things about the brand. So if you want to see me try out this beautiful collection, do some swatches, do a little tutorial, and just probably gush on and on about everything for the next 15 minutes or so, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching. It's coming at you right now. I probably shouldn't have said 15 minutes. It's probably gonna be longer than 15 minutes, but it's gonna be a good time. Okay, so let's start off with some swatches just so you can see every single shade in this collection. Like I mentioned, there are 8 water inks, and in case you didn't know, water inks are what they call their water activated liners. So the way you use these are you dip your brush in some water and then you swirl it around into the water ink, and then it turns into a liner. So I'm gonna be swatching all of those for you right now. So cue the swatch montage. the brush that I used for swatching these was this little beautiful angled brush right here. It is their C4 brush, and it worked beautifully for swatching. I'm sure it has other beautiful uses too, but this was like an amazing swatch brush. I love this. And I hope you could tell from that video, but the last swatch that I did was a mix of the white shade and of the pink shade. Cutcreaser and By Melolops have both said that you can use the shade 3000, which is the name of that white shade, to make any of these shades pastel. And I mean, clearly you could see it worked. I thought that was so cool. You already get these beautiful vibrant colors in this collection, but just the fact that you can mix them all with the white and make them beautiful vibrant pastels just makes this collection so versatile, and I think that's awesome. Okay, so before I get into the tutorial section of this video, let's talk about these brushes real quick. So I already showed you the C4 brush, which I used for my swatches, but I want to show you something really cool about these brushes. So you can see they have like a pink part here, and then there's a black part on the bottom. Look at this. The black part can go in. So when you're traveling, you can make these little guys teeny tiny and good for storage, but you just twist the black part and they don't go in anymore. Now they're just a full-length brush. I thought that was so cool. That was so innovative. I'm gonna use all of the brushes today. I can't guarantee I'll use all of the shades. I mean, knowing myself and my too much gene, I probably will end up using all the shades, but I'm definitely gonna use all of the brushes because I'm so curious about them. This one gives me very like, you know, your typical angled liner brush that most brush sets come with, but it's really thin, which I think is amazing. I feel like I could get super sharp lines with this, and that is the C4 brush. Then we have the C3 brush. I'm going in backwards order here, which is a really long, thin tip. From my knowledge and my nail art brushes that I have a similar one like this, and usually you'll use these for really long lines just so you can very gracefully glide over your lid, and it makes it really easy to do long, super thin lines. So I love that. Excited to use this one. Then you have the C2 brush, which is, I believe this one was Cutcreaser's favorite brush. I gotta stop calling her Cutcreaser. Her name is Vanessa. This is Vanessa's favorite brush, and I love this length of brush. I have a similar one in my collection, but I can already tell these are much higher quality than the brushes that I have. So that is the C2 brush. I could see myself using this for basically anything. It's a great mid-size thin tip brush. And then you have the C1 brush, which they call their detail brush. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this. This is like the teeniest, tiniest little tip in the world. Oh, I'm so excited. I feel like I could draw little creatures with this brush. This is gonna be like my drawing brush, or little tiny dots. I don't know. I'm very excited to use all of them, but I'm sure you're getting pretty sick of me talking with no eyeliner on my face. Now let's get into the tutorial section of this video. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit so you can really see my eyes. Well, it's too close. What is my plan for today's look? I was supposed to have a plan? You didn't tell me I was supposed to have a plan. No, I'm just kidding. I have a vague idea in my head of what I want to do. I think I want to start with this shade though. This shade is named Queens. That's where we are right now. I mean, are you there? I don't know, but I'm in Queens. That is where I live. That's where Vanessa lives. Two queens and queens. Ah. I'm using the C3 brush, by the way, the one with the really long tip, because I think I want to start by doing just a very long line, just to really test out this brush. Yes. I'm stunned. This is beautiful. I'm stunned. I just swatched them. I knew that they looked beautiful, but it's different when it's on the eyes. That is such a pretty shade. Oh my gosh. This was a really nice brush too. I don't typically use the longer brushes like this all that often. They do nice lines, but the one that I have doesn't glide as nicely as that. This glided, gild? What is the past tense of glide? I have no idea. This one glided really nice and smooth. I mean, you saw how easy it was to get that beautiful saturated line. And what a good color to use too. Queens is so pretty, the shade is so pretty. Ooh, I love it. I'm having a great time so far. Something I really want to point out about these brushes, the Cutcreaser By Melolops brushes versus my nail art brushes. So typically with my nail art brushes, when I get to the end of my lines, like the tail end of it, the color starts to fade a little bit and there's less product on my brush. Because the brush is so thin, you know, it's intended to go on nails, I do tend to have to layer multiple times. This is one layer. layer. This is one layer of color. This is one swipe of this brush. That is nuts to me. The fact that the color didn't fade at all at the end of the line is not something I'm used to with my nail art brushes, so I absolutely feel like these are far superior to my nail art brushes already. I don't know, that was something I was really thinking about going into this collection, as I was like, well, I have a 5-piece nail art brush set that was like $10 on Amazon, and don't get it twisted, that's still a really good deal, and these still work really well for $10, but these brushes already are performing better, so I don't know. I feel like they're worth the price so far. I don't think I told you prices of anything, by the way. Ugh. So you can get each brush individually for $10, or you can get the set of 4 brushes for $32. Also, you can buy each water ink in a 10-gram size for $10, or you can get the minis in the PR set, which is what I got. The PR set is $76. It's a bit pricey, but I got all of the water inks and all of the brushes, and the 5-gram size will still last you forever. I have these little 5-gram mini water inks from By Melolops that I've had since April and still have like so much product left. Okay, so now I am switching to the C2 brush, which is Vanessa's favorite brush, and the more mid-sized brush. Okay, so I think what I want to do is do a little like zigzag action here, a little flames vibes. I've seen Vanessa do similar looks before, and I just feel like it would be really fitting of the like comic book superhero vibes we're going for today. And I'm still using the color Queens, this beautiful aquamarine shade named after where I live, but I am gonna use the other color soon. Don't you worry, I'm just getting my outline done. Ooh, I really like that brush. That brush is nice. Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that I was gonna go this far down on my eye, but honestly, I kind of love it. Look at me, I'm a superhero. I can be my own superhero. This is so cool. And I really loved how much product these brushes can hold. I'm just like truly blown away because they look like my nail art brushes, but they hold so much more product than my nail art brushes. It's almost like liner brushes and nail art brushes are different. You can still use nail art brushes if you can't afford these brushes. That is totally fine. They work just as well. You just have to dip more times, but this is really nice to not have to dip into the product so much. Okay, let me do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll try a new color. Oh my goodness, you guys, these brushes in this product are literally making doing graphic liner effortless. I was gone for like 30 seconds, and I did the whole other side. I'm having such a good time so far. Okay, new color, new brush, keeping it fresh, good review. So now we're gonna use the shade Gauntlet, which I believe is in reference to the Avengers movie. I don't know which one. I'm sorry, I don't really watch the Avengers, but I know there's the guy that has the gauntlet. Isn't that the thing with the rings? I'm so sorry. I should have done research on that beforehand. A lot of these have superhero names. I started with the name Queens. Queens is what I know. I don't know the Marvel movies. But we're gonna use the shade Gauntlet, and I'm gonna be using the C4 brush, which is the brush that I use to do my swatches, and I wanna do some lash line business here. You know, maybe do a little wing. I feel like this brush should be really good for hugging the lash line, but we'll see. Let's get into it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a lash line hugging brush if you've ever been looking for one. Okay, I think I want to extend the inner corner a little bit here. Oh, this brush is awesome for working in the inner corner with liner. This is an area I always struggle. I love the look of bringing the liner down here, but I often struggle with my liner brushes to get a really nice crisp line there, but this makes that really easy. Bring it out a little bit here. I'm not really winging it because, I mean, clearly I got some business going on over here, but I just want to extend it a little bit. Oh wow, that looks so good. Now, I'm not an expert on formulation or anything, but I have heard that yellows are very difficult to formulate, so the fact that I've layered this a couple of times and it's not cracking, you can color me impressed. This is really, really nice. This is a beautiful, very vibrant primary yellow, and I love that. Okay, let me do the same thing on the other eye. Was that a good transition? Oh gosh, I hope so. Okay, moving right along. Let's use the one brush I haven't used yet. This is the C1 brush. Oh, how cute. She's so cute. I feel like this would be good for doing little freckles, like if you had a little brown eyeliner or something. I don't know. I feel like it's a cute size for freckles, but that's not what I'm using it for today. I already got my freckles on. So now let's go into the shade Aether. It's a beautiful, vibrant orange shade. Ooh-wee. I'm excited to use this. And I think what I'm gonna do with this one is I wanna do some little triangles within the triangle here. That is great for little details like that. This is such a nice brush. I love how thin the tip of this is and how easy it made it to do those little triangles. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me do the other side and then we'll do another color. Aww. Okay, I know I keep saying it, but I love this small detail brush so much so that I want to challenge this small detail brush a little bit and see how small of details I can get. So I'm dipping into the shade 3000 right now, which is the white, and I want to see if I can't draw some little stars on my inner corner. So let's see how small of details I can get. You know what? That's not bad for somebody who's had 4 cups of coffee and not nearly enough water today. I will take that. This brush definitely helped a lot with doing those small details. I think that looks pretty cute. Oh, that's so exciting to know that I can draw little shapes with this too. Oh, how fun. All right, look at how cute my little stars are. Oh my goodness. So now I'm using my C2 brush, which is that nice mid-size brush here, Vanessa's favorite. This shade I'm going into is called Point Break. It is this beautiful, vibrant primary blue color. And I'm just gonna throw another line on top of my top line here. At this point, I'm just looking for ways to incorporate every color, and if I do too much, well, that's my business. That's who I am as a superhero. I am Too Much Woman. Love it. Love that name for me. If you can think of a better superhero name for me, please leave it down below. I would love to hear. I kind of like Too Much Woman though. I feel like that embodies me very well. Okay, let's see how this brush does with some long lines. Okay, it says pretty nice line brush too. Well, that's a nice color. Oh, these are all working so well. I mean, at this point, I think we know the formula is good and that the formula is working well. I'm acting like I'm shocked every time. But I mean, all of these colors are really beautiful and all these brushes work really well. I'm sorry, I don't have any criticism to give. By Melolops is just a phenomenal brand and Cutcreaser is just a brilliant mind that came up with all these beautiful colors and brushes. Okay, I'm now using that same C2 brush, Vanessa's favorite, to go into the shade Smash. This one I get, this one I understand. It's the Hulk, do you get it? It's the color of the Hulk, and that's what he does. He smashes, Hulk smash, you guys get it. But I'm gonna do this one as another layer under that beautiful Queen's Aquamarine shade. I've just accepted at this point. I'm using all of the colors. I can't help it, they're all so beautiful. I'm very excited to see this green. Let me stop talking about it. Okay, this one I am gonna go in with a second layer. I find that I always have to do that with greens and I don't really mind that at all. I think that's perfectly fine, but I just want it to look a little more punchy, so I'm gonna go in with one more layer. Oh, that looks awesome. That's such a pretty shade. Wow, look at how unique and fun all of these colors are. I'm having such a good time. I'm slapping my knee. You can't see it, it's out of frame. Let me do the other eye. All right, another flawless transition, I'm sure. Okay, the next shade I'm gonna use is Inevitable. Oh, that's cute. It's like a beautiful hot pink. Actually, I think they described it as magenta. Okay, so I'm using the teeny tiny baby detail brush. She's so cute. I don't know why I kissed it. I don't know, it just felt appropriate. Ooh, that's fun. I thought I made a mistake. I was like, wow, that line's kind of curved. That's gonna look dumb. No, it doesn't. It looks really cool and I like it a lot. And I feel like a superhero, which was the whole point of this collection. I am having a great time and I feel like a superhero. Oh, wow. Can she replicate it on the other side? Of course I can. I'm a superhero. I can do anything. So I decided to do something really wacky and out of the box, and I'm now putting that pink shade over the yellow shade in my wing region just to connect the whole thing together. That's really nice. I love the way that looks. Wow! Okay, so the last shade in the whole collection. Yeah, I think I've used all of them except for this one. This shade is called Mark 1 and it is the silver shade, and I'm gonna attempt to use it as like a little fancy brow bone highlight. I don't know why I said fancy. It's not going to be fancy. None of this has been fancy. I'm not much of a fancy lady. Am I glamorous? Of course. Fancy? I'm not so sure. So I'm using the tiny detail brush. I've been really enjoying this brush so far, and I'm gonna try to just like draw this silver under my brow bone. Let's see how it looks. So the silver is a little more sheer than the other colors, but that is not unusual for silver water activated liners at all. I have another one from B. Taylor Beauty that works the same way, and the way I usually like to use silver, it's either as a fun little brow bone highlight, or you can mix them with any of these other colors to make them metallic. I know a couple people on Instagram did some swatches mixing this shade, Mark 1, with all of the other shades, and it just turned them into metallics. So I feel like that's why it's a little bit sheer, and so that you can mix them with other ones. But honestly, it's not even all that sheer. Like, it does look pretty silver on my brow bone. Oh, I love it. It looks so nice. Okay, let me go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm gonna put on some lashes, and then we can wrap up my final thoughts. All right, hello, we've reached the end of the video. I am in love with this look. I did not expect it to go in this direction. I definitely did not expect to use all of the colors or to use them in such a graphic sort of a way. I mean, it's graphic liner, but I didn't know I was gonna get this graphic, but honestly, I'm happy now that I'm here. I feel like a superhero. I have my little brush behind my ear here. I just think this look is so cute. I know it's not the most wearable look ever, but like, what is wearable? Define wearable to me. If you're wearing it, it's wearable, and I'm wearing it. So I love this. I had so much fun playing with these today. These were so fun to play with. The formula of the Cutcreaser water inks is absolutely on par with the standard By Melolops radioactive water inks. They are a phenomenal formula. If you're somebody who wants to get into graphic liner but doesn't know where to start, I absolutely recommend starting with these. These were so easy to work with, and the brushes were super easy to work with. I know I talk about my nail art brushes a lot and how they make liner easier. These brushes make it even easier. So if you were looking for a good starter pack of brushes, I really feel like you have everything you need here. You have your long brush for long, smooth lines. You have your little angled brush for doing thicker lines, but really getting close to that lash line. You have your mid-size brush, Vanessa's favorite, that I feel like you can use for anything. This is a super, like, I did it for all of these lines here, I did it for that line, that line, that line, I did it for everything. And the detail brush was amazing. You can use that for super small lines and small details like drawing stars. So I really feel like you have everything you need with these 4 brushes. The colors of the water inks are so unique and fun and unlike anything else I have in my collection. The shade Queens has to be my favorite. I mean, I know I'm biased because it's called Queens and I live in Queens, but I really love all of the shades equally. I think it was such a great expansion to the By Melolops line, and what better person to collab with By Melolops than Cutcreaser. I'm just so happy for the both of them. Cutcreaser, if you ever see this, hi, I'm sorry I keep calling you Cutcreaser. Hi Vanessa, congratulations on your collab with By Melolops. I think you knocked it out of the park. 10,000 out of 10. It was amazing. It caused me to have a fantastic afternoon. If I had to describe my perfect afternoon to you, it would be playing with graphic liner and doing a really intricate and fun graphic liner look for an hour and a half, which is exactly what I did today. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm in a great mood and I feel like a superhero. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please check out my description box. I'll have all of the information you need about this collection, links to where you can purchase it, prices, all of that jazz listed down below, as well as where you can check out both By Melolops and Cutcreaser, aka Vanessa. So definitely check out my description box. Down there, I will also have a ton of Black Lives Matter resources. I have petitions to sign, places to donate, and ways to help protesters. Those resources are always available in my description boxes for you, but in case you haven't checked them out before, I ask that you kindly check them out now. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!